How many of you want to be great? How many of you want to excel in your studies, in your career, in whatever you're doing? How many of you strive for excellence? I hope at least most of you. Today, Jesus talks about who is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven. And I ask you all this question because oftentimes we strive to be great in many ways. We strive to be number one. But what about in our faith? Not that our faith should become a competition, but should we have a holy ambition in our faith as well? Not just in our schoolwork or our workplace. Shouldn't we strive for greatness? Greatness is not about being perfect. It's not about having no faults and being the most virtuous and never, falling. It's about, above all, being humble. It was asked of St. Augustine, what is the most important thing in the spiritual life? Tell me the most important three things. And he said, humility, humility, humility. What is humility, though? Humility isn't about thinking that we are not any good, that we're terrible people. It's not about thinking less of ourselves. It's about not thinking so much of ourselves. St. Teresa of Avila said that humility is walking in the truth about ourselves. And the truth is that all of us, we have many virtues and we have many vices. And so when we're humble, we recognize that I have these good qualities, and I'm a sinner. I'm in need of grace. I need God. And that's why Jesus gives the example of children. A child knows he needs his parents. He knows he depends on them. The opposite of humility is what? Pride. Someone who is stubborn, someone who is arrogant, someone who is inflexible, who doesn't allow themselves to be led, someone who thinks they can do it all on their own. We can't do anything without God's grace. We can't do anything without His grace. And we need to know that not only intellectually, but in our hearts. We need to have that conviction that I need God every day. Just like I need to eat, I need to pray. I need to ask God for His grace. I think one of the most concrete ways that we can work on being humble is simply humbling ourselves in the sacrament of confession. We just heard about Jesus who goes after the lost sheep. He leaves the 99 in the hills and goes after the little lost sheep. And I think about, when we think about our spiritual lives, do we think about God actually looking for us? Oftentimes when we're in sin, do we think that He's abandoned us, He's far from us, or is He a God that looks for us, who desires to be with us, who runs to us, who's compassionate? That's the God we have. But I think that the greatest way that God finds that lost sheep is He puts in our hearts, for those of us who have a little bit of humility, He puts in our hearts this desire to reconcile with the Father, to humble ourselves in confession and be like that child who recognizes that they've done wrong. So today we just pray for the grace of humility, that we can be like children in our faith, that we can depend on God, that we allow ourselves to be led and not cling so tightly to our plans, that we trust in our loving Father and his providential plan.